Megyn, stop. Stop it, Megyn. We was all here chilling, watching Netflix. You had your avocados and toast. I had the Rice Krispie treats, which you recently baked. You had a glass of white. I had some red wine. And then the conversation of politics came up and it went left. You went right. Don't call the cops. Calm down, Megyn. Stop being an abominable snow bunny. Megyn Kelly, the abominable snow Karen, is disgusted by Caitlin Clark for condescending fake white privilege comments. Now, Caitlin Clark was the WNBA Rookie of the Year, and we make mention that there could have been a co-Rookie of the Year with Angel Reese, but they gave it to Caitlin. And she was also Time Athlete of the Year, and by just knowing Time's pattern of rendering this award over the decades, we can see how this was appropriately given to Caitlin. It says Clark in her interview told Time, "I want to say I've earned every single thing." Be mindful. She said, "I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege." Interesting. Very interesting. A lot of these players in the league that have been really good have been black players. The league has kind of been built on them. She later said that the league was built by players such as Cheryl Swoops, Dawn Staley, Cynthia Cooper, Maya Moore, Lisa Leslie. Okay? She said this in previous media appearances. And so we find these comments very interesting because we see Caitlin, we watched her basketball game, we see her skills, we watched her. We know that she's a competitive person. She plays with that fire. She plays with that fighting spirit. Okay? We respect that. We truly respect that. But as a basketball player, I'm not always moved by the athlete's athleticism. I'm also moved by their position or their disposition or their mind state. And I see Caitlin being very young. That's why I want to talk to some of the young white Americans for one moment. Because I spend a lot of time with Black America. I spend a lot of time in Black America and trying to help resolve many of the problems within Black America. A good portion of my life has been dedicated to that, but I still have my hands and my ears and my reach to other people, because where there is black youth, there's also white youth. Caitlin Clark, to a great degree, for me, is a member of the young white community. And as a member of the young white community, I want to take the time to speak to them because they run up on me often. Young black kids run up on me often, but so too young white kids. They run up on me often. I am abnormally tall, and I guess I get a lot of attention from different groups of people. But young black kids and young white kids have no problem running up on me. And I have no problem with that. I spend my time having conversation with them. I talk with them. The young black kids, I try to direct them in the pathway which they should go. And the young white kids, being aware of some of their social problems, as an educator, I spend my time and talk with them as well. Caitlin Clark is on the right pathway. She's young. She doesn't understand everything, but she's actually on code. Oh yeah, she's on code, fam. I'm going to show you. See, I'm not one of these black guys, dare I say, no disrespect to Shannon Sharp, but he's going to throw the cape and the cap on for Caitlin. I'm not doing that. Then you got some guys like McAfee, they want to call her a female dog. I'm not doing that. I understand how the media has driven some of this sensationalism. I'm not with that. I'm objectively looking at her. I did not know I was going to do a video on her until I saw her speak these words, or I heard her speak these words. And now we want to give her a quick name because her being on code, we're going to say she's 3C, 3C, CCC, because Caitlin Clark is on code, fam. What do you mean she's on code, fam? Listen to me. She acknowledges her privilege. She recognizes there is some work that needs to be done, and she's driving that towards the economic retribution. Make it more plain, Bar. Don't use all them big words. She understands that these athletes need to get some more kickback, some more cheese, please. And she intends to use her platform of privilege, to some degree, to help benefit that cause. She sees it as just because she's eating in a system or in a league which was designed and created and, dare I say, built by black women. She acknowledges this. This is not her turning her back on her white race, her white people, her white culture. This is not that, as some white supremacists will try to suggest. She acknowledges that she put in a lot of work, and as an athlete, I know that she has. And she deserves what she's received. But at the same time, she still recognizes and admits there has been some privilege handed to her as well. And that's a fair assessment of how America operates. The WNBA, built by black people. The NBA, built by black people. The USA, built by black people. Caitlin Clark is on code. CCC is on code. She said the more we can appreciate, why is she on code? Allow me to read. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and continue to have brands and companies invest in those players. Being on code is talking about the economic justice, the economic retribution, reparations to repair what has been broken. There is something wrong here. Let's fix it. One way that we can fix it is I can use a part of my platform to push for economic justice or more economic opportunities for these black women who built the WNBA. That's what she's saying. She's taken a very fair assessment of the situation. Many of these black women are better than me, but many of these black women don't have the same opportunity as me. Rather than denying my privilege, I will lean into it, use my platform to help benefit my black colleague that will ultimately help benefit the league, women's basketball, and myself. Understand? I'm not going to cut my face, spite my nose, spite my face. I'm in the league, which has already been a benefit to me. What does it harm me to now help the others who are my colleagues to be benefited? What does that harm me? How does that harm me? So if I acknowledge that I have received some privilege, now I want to take some of this privilege and spread it around to my black colleagues who are responsible for the foundation of the WNBA. That's very logical. It's intelligent from my perspective and in my opinion, but it's very logical. The other side is the disgusting side, the sick side, the Megyn Kelly, abominable Karen side, the abominable Snow Karen side that wants to suggest she's turning her back on the white race, on her white people. And that's why I tell Caitlin, just be careful with this. You are on code. You are speaking about economic justice, economic reparations for the women who helped build this league and for the descendants or for the future generations of the players and the league and the overall league as a whole. You want to see the league improve as a whole, which will help benefit black people and black women. No problem. Perfect. You're right on code with that. And she wants to suggest that these companies and brands need to be the ones to help make that right and invest that. Nothing wrong with that either. You're right on code. And that's what we're looking for. She's on code. I don't need her to be out the forefront when you hear something that a suspected white racist or a white racist is planning to do against the black community. You tell black people, you give them warning, you give them a heads up. That's your responsibility. That's your duty as a friend to black people. You, a white person, your responsibility is to tell the black people or your black friends what the white racist or the white supremacist is plotting and planning. Yes, my white friends tell me what the white racist is plotting and what they're planning. Yes. Hey, yo, Bar, what's up, man? Let me talk to you for a minute. What's up? Yo, watch Jim, man. What's going on? Just watch Jim. All right. He been sending me some funny texts, saying some funny stuff, saying some racial stuff. Keep an eye on that guy. Now, this is a white guy talking to me, a black guy, about another white guy. Understand? He doesn't have to go out before the whole community and expose himself, because the white racists within that community may kill him or harm him and then stand before a white judge and walk free. Kyle Rittenhouse style. The judge basically walked him through court, spoon-fed him everything that had to be done, answer by answer, question by spoon-fed him the questions, walked him through court. He's crying like a duck, like a baby duck. And the reason why they let him walk after killing 2 white people, although he was white himself, because those white people who he killed were seen as N-word lovers. That's why. And when the white community paints a white person as a N-word lover, then that allows the white racists within the white community to target them. We don't want that. We don't want that. Caitlin, you said enough. We certainly appreciate that. Continue to use your platform to push for change from within. Consult with the black women. And continue to make the white racists like Megyn Kelly disgustingly sick, to the point where she has to knock on the bar's door again and ask me to pour that juice. And I will willingly do so, Megyn. See, Megyn's narrative was completely destroyed by CCC, Caitlin Clark on code. Yeah, it was destroyed, family, because Caitlin Clark was announced Time Winner of the Year on I think the 9th. Time said Caitlin Clark will be the award winner on the 11th. Megyn Kelly was talking stupid on the 10th. Ain't no racism. Ain't no more privilege. Ain't no racism. Ain't no privilege. You hear this broad? You hear her? You hear her, family? Do you hear her?
Had us in some sort of weird, psychotic headspin for 4 or 5 years, and it's done. Trump's reelected, and Daniel Penny is acquitted in one of the most leftist jurisdictions in America, despite the fact that he is white and Jordan Neely was black. And they're still yelling, "It's a racist country, you fools."
You hear this disillusioned, abominable snow Karen talking? So she was talking all this just literally one day before Caitlin Clark said these comments. That's why she's disgusted by Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark refuted what she just said the day before from a platform of the Time Magazine award winner. You feel me? Understand that? She just got done saying, ain't no privilege, ain't no racism, and then someone within her own community who she highly likes and esteems comes out and says, I receive white privilege, although I have also worked hard, and it's my responsibility who eats from a system, who eats from the WNBA, a system created by black women to try to use my platform to try to even this out some. And we're going to begin to look at the companies and some of these brands to invest more money. Now, family, that's what we call a cooperative person. A cooperative person working with the community. Caitlin Clark is on code. She just outlined it. This is what a cooperative person does. They use their platforms to speak out against the injustice. They acknowledge their privilege. They begin to target companies and brands for economic redistribution. And they continue to make white supremacists like Megyn Kelly sick. Peace.